Hi, Ayush.
Hi, Govind.
Hi. Should I share or do you want to wait for a minute?
Yeah, go ahead, share.
Okay.
Cherry, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So Sherry, did you get a chance to connect with Govind and sort the issues with XAMPP, GitHub, and ELK? Sherry, am I audible? Sherry, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so were your issues sorted?
Sir, half issue sorted, half were not.
What was sorted and what was not?
सर जैम्प इंस्टॉल नहीं था पहले, वो इंस्टॉल कर लिया, बट जो कल वाला टास्क था वो एग्जीक्यूट नहीं हुआ fully अभी.
Uh, can you please repeat? I couldn't get.
सर जैम्प इंस्टॉल नहीं था पहले मैक में. मेरी वो इंस्टॉल हो गया मेरा, बट
Uh-huh.
एग्जीक्यूट नहीं हुआ है जो कल वाला टास्क था, क्योंकि मुझे थोड़ा इशू है अभी भी. वो मैं
क्या
क्लास
इशू
के
है?
बाद गोविंद सर से पूछ. सर क्योंकि कोड एग्जीक्यूट करना मुझे मैक पे आ नहीं रहा, जो वेबसाइट वाला
अच्छा।
था. हाँ, तो बस मुझे वही इशू है. सच
हम्म।
समझ मुझे आ गया है,
अच्छा, ठीक है।
बस मेरे को हाँ.
और ठीक है, सो you can mute yourself, Sayam.
यस सर.
Sandesh, were you able to find the logs that you were looking for yesterday? Were you looking for the logs or who was looking for the logs?
Sir, actually, I am looking for a log, but हुआ
Okay.
क्या पता है, मैंने चेक किया, तो वो दिखा रहा है, मतलब वो CORS नहीं का आपने सिखाया था, उस तरह से दिखा रहा था सर.
इस तरह से दिखा रहा था।
सर आपने वो CORS वाली वर्नेबिलिटी नहीं सिखाई थी.
मैंने सिखाई थी या मैंने नहीं सिखाई थी?
आपने सिखाई थी ना सर, पहले ही वर्नेबिलिटी क्रॉस ओरिजिन पॉलिसी वाली.
हाँ, 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 हाँ।
हाँ हाँ, उस तरह से चेक किया था मैंने.
अच्छा, क्या दिख रहा था?
हाँ
क्या दिख रहा था?
सर,
एंड
बेसिकली
प्लीज इंग्लिश, संदेश, इंग्लिश।
okay sir, I'll try. Sir, basically I check success status, like HTTP HTTPS status वाला नहीं रहता है वो URL logins चेक किया, URL origins and वो रेफर्ड आईडी चेक किया सर.
अच्छा,
हम्म.
तो आ रहा है रेफरर।
हाँ
इंटरेस्टिंग। ओके, सो शेरी, क्या what was fixed and what wasn't fixed as of now for you? Sherry, am I audible?
यस सर. सर इलास्टिक और के बाद ना वो रह गए, और जैम उसमें वो आ रहा था, मतलब एरर आ रहा था, वो भी रहता है.
तो गोविंद सॉर्ट नहीं कर पाए थे
सर
कि
वो
आपका
हाँ
नेट?
मतलब सर वो आधा मतलब वो एरर बता रहा था, मतलब कि कंप्यूटर में स्पेस नहीं है, ये मतलब आ रहा था उसमें डेवलपर आ रहा था कि डेवलप करो कंप्यूटर को।
Okay, so I would like you to share your screen and let's sort it out.
सर
We have some time. Govind, please give access to share their screen to Sherry. Sherry, I have requested control. Okay, I think okay, I'm able to access. So you have XAMPP, right? You have XAMPP running. What is the issue that is you are facing?
सर हाउ टू स्टार्ट?
So click on start. You have to click on start over here. Start हो गया. Simple. ये start हो गया. और so now let's develop on Sherry's machine itself today. So do you have ELK, Sherry?
सर व्हाट?
Do you have ELK? Elasticsearch Kibana, have you installed?
सर वो मतलब अनइंस्टॉल करके दोबारा करने रहते हैं।
क्यों? What's the challenge you are facing? Let's see. Do you have uh, hmm, तो आपको इंस्टॉल क्यों करना है? Why why do you have to reinstall it again? Do you have it installed or like not?
सर वो इंस्टॉल था, वो टेम्पर टेम्पर फाइल्स के लिए वो बता रहा था कि मतलब हमारे पास वो नहीं सी ना आया था, वो नहीं था आया, लिंक
ठीक
नहीं
है.
था आया उसके लिए। तो गोविंद सर ने कहा था कि उसको टेम्पर फाइल्स को डिलीट करके उसके बाद दोबारा करके देखना।
ठीक है, तो अभी आपके पास क्या क्या डाउनलोडेड है?
सर इलास्टिक सर्च, कबाना, लॉग स्टैक।
कहाँ पर डाउनलोडेड है दिखाइए. प्लीज शो अस
सर
वेयर
वे
इट्स डाउनलोडेड. You have it there. Okay. 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 टास्क मैनेजर जरा ओपन कीजिएगा। शेरी प्लीज ओपन टास्क मैनेजर।
Sir, where it is?
So you have to drag your. So are you able to see my cursor?
Yes, sir.
So follow my cursor. Here at this empty spot, what you have to do, you have to do a right click. Do a right click. Right now, click on. Now you have to do a empty spot. Go to click on task manager, not taskbar settings. Close it. Come back to the empty space and right click.
So
Okay.
please, you can click.
I am unable to click, by the way. So let's close this first. Now we have more empty space. Let's click on that. Right click on, right click. Oh yeah. Now click on task manager. Yeah. Okay. Now follow my cursor. Press left click, right? Okay. You are running out of memory, by the way. You are running out of memory. And that's probably the challenge. That's the reason you are not able to. Okay. Hmm. Interesting. So as of now, you in this case, Sherry, what we'll do is we will. So, folks, as we can see, we are running out of space. We are running out of memory, right? So in this case, it is suggested that we use the cloud offering of ELK, because at many instances you won't be able to. It is so now. What happens usually is like uh, whenever we tend to um, uh, deploy locally, either we upgrade the memory or we um, we can choose the cloud. So as of now, as we can see, in this case, when we are running out of memory, so what we can do is we will we will still be able to manage this situation. How do you suggest we manage this situation better? One suggestion is to use the cloud. Other than that, anybody would like to suggest what what else? What is the other way we can still do log
Yes, the
analysis from Sherry's machine?
extra storage.
No, I mean that is definitely an option to upgrade. Uh, now we have suggestions from Docker, but Docker is again it will take more memory, right? We have limited memory. We cannot uh, Even if you have Docker Docker will itself require some more memory, right?
Sir, what
What
is
else?
Docker?
So Sherry, so Docker is a virtualization technology. Follow my cursor, Sherry. Please follow my cursor. Yeah, and left click. Yeah, follow my cursor. Left click. Right. So now, as we have seen that we are limited by memory. So as of now, uh, what is happening that we cannot do on on device processing of logs, and we have decided that we can use the cloud. So other than that, I want suggestions. I want to hear suggestions or hear thoughts. What else we can do? We have gotten suggestion that we use virtual machines, we use Docker, but again, in order to run them, we need some more memory, right? And we are running out of memory. So what else do you suggest? You guys suggest that we can do? Cherry, please don't play with the cursor. So folks, please suggest.
Sir, we can zip other files, sir.
Even if you zip, you will still have to process, right? But you are in the right way. You are doing something to the file. What else we can do?
File compression is possible, sir.
I mean, definitely, file is you are compressing the file, but what will you do of post compressing? What will you do with the logs? Let's see. Okay, let's develop the first. We'll develop the application here. Now we are able to see that we have two services running, HTTP and 443, right? So now what we are going to do, Sherry, please follow my cursor. Oh, I think I got it. The issue. It's the Windows issues. I got it. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So now as we can see, we have XAMPP running, right? We have Apache running. Sherry, now you can rest the cursor. So first we will now develop the application on Sherry's machine, and from there we will. So now as the first we have ran the server. Now what is the next step, Sherry? We have to open the browser.
Please repeat.
Now we cannot wait. So first we'll try to open the localhost. Now as we can see, there is a default page of XAMPP that is running, right? So what we'll do, we'll go to XAMPP. We'll go to the document root. We have XAMPP. We have htdocs. So this is the path of the document root. Now what we will do?
Sir.
Yes.
सर मैं सी भी यूज कर रही हूँ, उसके साथ भी हो सकता है कि इसकी मेमोरी फुल होती हो?
क्या यूज कर रहे हो?
C++, C programming.
Yes. I mean, नहीं, that does not That is not the challenge here, Sherry. I mean, you have turbo C. I saw that you have turbo C, but
Yes, sir.
that does not make any difference as of now. Even if we have turbo C. So right, let's suppose if we launch the turbo C. Let's see if we launch the turbo C in a DOS box or
Okay,
something.
sir.
Right. So if we launch it, it will hardly consume any memory. And that too,
Mhm.
it is not running yet. So if it is not running, then there is no chance for it to contribute to the RAM consumption. So that's the so, but still we can do log analysis. Before doing the log analysis, so we had concluded that we are in the document root. Now we will delete all the uh, default files. So why am I so casual in deleting all of these files? The reason being that whenever you reinstall XAMPP, these default files will come back. So there is no reason to be uh, cautious while dealing with these default files, at least in the XAMPP document root, right? So now, once we have deleted all the files, previously we were able to see this default page, right? Now, if we refresh,
सर डिफॉल्ट फाइल कौन सी होती है?
so default files are the files that are installed by default within the with any oh, I think I lost control. So Sherry, can you please share your screen again? I'll request control. Yeah. So default files. So when you might have installed XAMPP, right? So once you would have installed XAMPP, in that case, some files. So this is XAMPP is basically a suite of servers, a suite of programs. So jasa like you had Turbo C on your machine, right, Sherry? Similarly, in order to develop C applications, similarly, you have XAMPP suite. So Sherry, did you ever come across a utility called as Nokia PC suite?
सर व्हाट?
Nokia PC suite. Have you heard of it?
सर नो.
Okay. So, well, basically, it was a very old software. It was a set of software or set of utilities to interact with Nokia mobile phones. But similarly, you have you ever seen Samsung software, Sherry?
सर नो.
Okay, no worries. Okay, so similarly, okay, are you aware of Microsoft Office?
यस सर. सर आई एम यूजिंग राइट नाउ.
Very good, very good, very good. So what what are the uh, what are the components that are using? What are the components that you know about Microsoft Office?
Sir, I know about how to create files, how to change.
Those are operations, Sherry. Those are operations.
Okay, sir.
What yeah. What are the softwares in Microsoft Office? What are the set of softwares that are in Microsoft Office?
Sir, that were मतलब कि Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Team, Outlook, one device.
Great, great. So these are the set of softwares that are in Microsoft Office suite, right? So each of these individual softwares have a role, right, Sherry?
Yes,
That's what
sir.
that's what enables you to do something differently, right? Word helps you to edit Word, Excel helps you to edit Excel, PowerPoint helps you to make PPTs, right? So similarly, uh, there is XAMPP, which has a set of softwares. So similarly, you have Turbo C or Turbo C C++ environment where you can develop either code in C or you can develop the code in C++, both, right? Similarly,
Yes.
there is a set of software called as XAMPP where you have various parts such as Apache, MySQL, FileZilla, Mercury, Tomcat. Each of these are distinct softwares having their different roles. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, so these components individually do not have, uh, I mean, so these components individually can also be installed, or else if you want to install them in a package, so we have XAMPP, that is called XAMPP. Okay, now once you install XAMPP, you get certain set of default files with them. So these are like sample programs. So now let's suppose if you might have installed Turbo C, so you might have got a sample program of Hello World, right?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, when you install XAMPP, you get set of default files, which are like sample Hello World programs. Now, is it clear what is default files?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now let's again open the. So now once previously we were able to see default files, right? Now we are seeing directory or document root directory of the similar to this folder, right? Siri, please rest your mouse. Right. So now, as we know, as we see, this folder is empty, right? Oops. Let me just. So, Sherry, please rest your cursor. Please leave your cursor. Right. So now, as you can see that this folder is empty. Sherry, are you able to see this folder is empty?
Yes, sir.
So similarly, let's suppose if you create a file. Let's suppose if we create a file. Um, yeah. So Sherry, please follow my cursor. Yeah, click on new. Click on new. Okay, new is there. Now we'll click on this. So we are able to create hello, right? Now this we have created one file. Now similarly, Sherry, if you refresh this, so you can see there is a file created. So this is a representation of this. Are you able to understand, Sherry?
Yes, sir.
As the size of this file is 0 KB, similarly, the size of this file over here being mentioned is also 0 bytes, right? Now, if we create let's create another file, which is yesterday's. If we create a file called as index, let's create a file which is called as index. Now, let's refresh again. Here you can see there is another file called as created, that is index.txt. Now, all of these files are texts, right, Sherry? Now,
Yes, sir.
if we create some other file, which is now I'll also change a bit of configuration by clicking on these three dots, and by clicking on options, we are going to check a very particular option which enables us to see the extension of the files that are in the folder. So right now, what is the difference between this and this representation? Sherry, are you able to notice the difference between this representation and this representation?
So no.
Okay, I'll help you to find out the difference. Here you can see the date modified, right? Here there is also date modified, right? Here we have size. There is size. Now there is file name on this side. There is file name plus the extension, right? You can see .txt over here. Are you able to see .txt, Sherry?
Yes,
Sherry,
sir.
right. So now once if you, but over here we are not able to see that extension, right? So in order to see the extension on this, on your folder, we'll go to options. We'll click on view. We will scroll down over here and we will click on, we'll uncheck this very option which says hide extensions for known file types. It is already checked. You can see the blue tick. We will remove the blue tick and we'll click on apply. And then we'll click on OK. So here now you can see there is .txt. You can see as well as over here, right? Sherry, are you able to see the extensions on both the sides? Now, if we create another file, which is, let's create another file, which is index, which is still index, but this time we'll change the extension to .htm, or rather let's have .php, right, Sherry? Are you able to see the difference between two indexes?
Yes, sir.
So now as you have moved the cursor, it has asked us to, it is asking us to, so let's go from, let's delete this file again. We'll create another file. Shall you please follow my cursor? Do not click, do not tap, just hover. So now here again, Sherry, I will mention index Now this time the extension that I will choose will be PHP. Right, Sherry? Again, you have tapped.
Yes, sir.
So if you tap, it will require us to, okay, now we can save it. Now, if you refresh, now if you have a file with the name index and the extension as PHP in the document root of XAMPP, and if you refresh, if you visit the web page, if you visit the address, then you will be greeted. Then you will no longer be greeted with the directory listing. Are you able to see, Sherry? Now again, if we want to see the directory listing, what we have to do, we can delete index.php, and if we hit refresh, we will again, the directory listing will start to appear. We create a file named index.php, and hit enter. Now, once there is index.php in the document root of XAMPP, we hit refresh, we will no longer be greeted with the directory listing. Now, let's suppose if we, now what we'll do is we can edit index.php in Notepad, right? Let's review yesterday's code. Let's use yesterday's code. Yeah. And paste it in our Notepad. Very good, Sherry. Please feel free to paste. Very good, Sherry. You were able to identify that this is not the code. Go back and copy the code. Is that the code, Sherry? Are you sure? So again, Sherry, so what happens? That you are copying the link to these messages. You are not copying the content of these messages. So how can you please try to copy the content of the messages rather than copying the link to these messages? Okay, I'll help you out. The steps you were performing correct. So let's go to the code. Now this is the code that we were intending to copy. We will highlight the entire code. right? Now, here you are able to see an option called as copy to clipboard, right? Let's use this option. Similarly, we can also just highlight and right click. Here now, if copy like this appears, then we can copy the content of the messages. But what if we just right click on any message and then choose to copy, then we will be copying the link. Are you able to get the difference, Sherry?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go back to our code. Now this is the code. Now Sherry, copy the content of the message. Now try to copy the content of the message. You keep trying, Sherry, keep trying. You can do it. You can do it. Very good, Sherry. Very good. Now try to paste it. Sherry, you have to press Control and V both. It seems that you have the code wasn't copied. Please go back and try to copy it again.
So it not be copied.
Are you sure? Please right click in the
Yes,
notepad
sir.
itself. Let's please right click in the notepad itself. Okay. Now I want you to click on edit. Click on edit in the notepad. Now here, okay, there is no paste option. That means it did not get copied. Go back to the message in the chat. Let's see if we are able to interesting. Okay, okay. Sherry, please stop playing with the mouse. Okay, so now did you get it, Sherry? How did I do it? Definitely you were trying to copy it and it was being copied. But now it is possible sometimes that some text do not get copied directly. So what you do is you copy the text, paste it in the text box so that it becomes text. And then from here you select again and then you copy it from here and then you or cut. And then what you do is you go to the notepad and over here you can paste it and press on save. Are you able to get it, Sherry?
Yes, sir.
Good. So you were doing the first part correct of copying it. The second part you missed somehow, right? But now you will be able to copy, right?
Yes, sir.
So now, Sherry, right now we have created index.php, right? Right now, please do not mess with the mouse, Sherry. Let's go back to the document root. We have 3 files in our folder, right? Now here we have put and we have also saved the code in index.php, which is this code. So now when we hit refresh, what will happen is we will be greeted with an error message, right? Here the error message is the parameter that we wanted to share was not set in the URL, right? So right now, in order to set this parameter, as we are not explicitly calling index.php, right? But this index.php is being called automatically. So in order to set this parameter in the URL, so we have to call index.php, right? We'll copy the parameter name. Sherry, how do we set what is the path in a URL? Let's set the path of index.php in the URL. Please set the path.
Sir, I didn't know.
So what is so what I'm asking you to do is I want you to place index.php as the path in this URL over here. So how do you construct a path, Sherry? Or how does a path begin, Sherry, in a URL? We had discussed yesterday, right?
Yes, sir.
So how does a path begin in a URL? What in the parts of URL, how do you identify that, okay, this certain area is a path? So, Sherry, am I audible?
Sir, protocol, domain, subdomain, TLD.
तो वो सब तो ठीक है, आई मीन प्रोटोकॉल तो है, बट मैं चाह रहा हूं आप मेरे को पाथ, आप index.php पाथ एज अ सेट कर दो इस यूआरएल में।
सर मतलब इसको एज मतलब डोमेन पाथ वो सेट करना है।
हाँ, आपको पाथ ऐड करना है index.php इस यूआरएल में एज अ पाथ ऐड करना है। मेरा सवाल समझ में आया आपको?
यस सर।
बट वी विल try to converse in English, Sherry. Let's not, we can use Hindi a couple of times, but let's try to use English, okay? So now I want you to set the path of index in this URL. Please use your keyboard to set the path. Please type the path. Okay, you are setting the protocol. Very good. Go ahead. Go ahead. But do you say, is that sufficient to set the protocol, Sherry? Let's go one by one, Sherry. Have you set the protocol sufficiently? Have you set the protocol in the URL?
Yes sir.
So, but in order to set the protocol, Sherry, you have to use certain delimiters like colon / 2 times, right? Now, the protocol is sufficient. Now move on to setting the path in this URL as index.php. Very good, Sherry. So now, okay. Okay. Now at least you have understood what you have used the path of, that is you have used the path that is on the disk, right? You have used this path for index.php, right? But we want what you have used here is an absolute path. We want to use a relative path. So what is a relative path, Sherry? A relative path is something that, for an example, let's suppose if I ask you to bring a glass of water from the kitchen. So you will assume that I'm asking you to bring a glass of water from your own kitchen, right? I won't have to say that XYZ address of yours, go there in the kitchen of the XYZ address and bring the glass of water back to the uh, room of XYZ address. So that becomes the absolute path. What we want to do is we want to have a relative path. So in order to set the path as a relative, we have to just mention /index.php. Right, Sherry? Are you able to understand how to set a path?
Yes, sir.
Now, I want you to set this name as the parameter into this URL now. Use this highlighted text as the parameter and set it into the URL. The parameter should be after the path index.php, Sherry. Right now, you have confused the server with the address that now the server is looking for a, okay, good. Try to construct. Very good, Sherry. That part is correct. The protocol part is correct. The protocol part you are doing is right. Your mistake is in the not choosing the path correctly. Now, if you are in a state where your inputs is considered as a search term, you can press the back button. Now try again, Sherry. You need not change the protocol part. Let's leave the protocol part. Only focus on the path. Now, in order to set the path, you have to enter index.php. Now, in order to set the parameter, you have to use question mark, right? You don't need double quotes, just need the name of the parameter. And as the parameters are in key value pairs, you just have to mention the message now. Right? Now, if you go back to, if you double click on log.txt, you will see your message. Now, it is important, Sherry, that you always close and reopen the files in order to see the new messages. So what will happen? Let's suppose if you do not close and reopen the files, then it is possible that you might not be able to see the new messages. Right? So now you are able to see the new message. But now, let's suppose if we enter, well, it got updated anyways. It's a new Windows feature, by the way, we have discovered. So now we have the setup ready, but still folks haven't told me the solution to how to do log analysis of this particular server where we cannot do it right away. As a bonus question, Sherry, for you, how will you overcome this situation? What will you do in this situation? Sherry, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So how will you overcome this situation?
Sir, I'm going back.
No, that will not help. What you need to do, come.
Sir, I'll continue.
You try and show us. Very good, Sherry. That's how you overcome this situation. Okay, Sandesh has a question. Sandesh, please unmute yourself and ask the question.
Sir, answer for your question that what can we use for log analysis? Sir, we can share the username and password of SIM tool so we can directly access to the another system. That we can try, sir.
Your solution is 99% there, Sandesh. Your solution is 99% there. But let's suppose, I mean, you are saying that if let's suppose if I share uh, username and password of my server to Sherry, but
Yes, sir.
how will she do the analysis just by the username and password, Sandesh? What do you mean by sharing the username and password? How does that help, Sandesh?
Sir, it means, sir, we can put SIM tool on such things like cloud or another system, and we can access through that system, sir, like that.
We can access, Sandesh. We can access, but anybody else would want to build up on Sandesh's answer? Sherry, what do you think? What can you do after this?
Sir, what?
So Sandesh's suggestion is that if I give you the username and password of my Elasticsearch and Logstash and Kibana, so how will you leverage the username and password of my server to do log analysis?
Sir, please repeat.
Okay, so now Sandesh is suggesting that I share you my Elasticsearch, Logstash and Kibana server or password of my cloud Elasticsearch, Kibana and Logstash. So how will you use that to do analysis of the logs from your server?
Sir, what is logs?
Okay, so log is Sherry, whatever, let's suppose, okay. So do you know what is internet history? What is browsing history? Do you know, Sherry?
Yes, sir.
What is browsing history?
Sir, which things we will see on the browser?
What do you see? What do you see of the
Sir,
browser?
like news
Can you
is.
can you show us the example of what do you mean by browsing history?
Sir, wait. Sir, like this kind history.
Good, good. But we need from more information than this, Sherry.
So can we download samples of log from
Very good,
somewhere?
very good. That's the answer that I was looking for.
Yeah,
That
we can also use the system event logs, or we can analyze Windows logs. If if we enable the Windows system logs, then we can analyze.
but a Windows events log. But let's suppose if your I mean, if your lamps if your Apache server is on a Linux server, where how will you find event logs?
So my suggestion is, if we are not using the Apache or XAMPP, so we can
We
integrate.
are using Apache and XAMPP right now.
So every time we need to use the XAMPP.
So you need to use some web server. Let's suppose even if you use Apache or you use Nginx. So those are web servers, right? Both of them have access logs. In order to find out vulnerabilities related to your web application, you need to have web logs, right?
So, I'm just asking you, if I integrate my firewall logs or
Mhm,
system logs, because
mhm.
I think it doesn't require we need to install XAMPP or anything.
So right now, if you want to, so that will now imagine a client server architecture,
Okay.
right? So if you are analyzing your logs, if your firewall logs and if your event logs and those logs, so you will be analyzing your own logs, right?
Yeah, or even we can install the SQL Server, Microsoft SQL Server, and then analyze C2 logs.
You can do C2 logs. How, what do you mean by C2, by the way?
Basically, it's a database level logs. for each table or access logs.
So that will be still you will be doing for your local, I mean, that would be your own logs, right? Here we want to find web client side web vulnerabilities with logs, right? So
Okay.
how will you find that with event logs?
So we can get the for practice, we can get the logs, sample logs. Right now we can these things only we can download from somewhere instead of writing our entire website or a code, or we can refer some website and then to overcome this situation.
So in that, so now let's suppose if you have a, now imagine a situation when you have a custom if you have a custom web applications where you cannot find a log, a sample log for. Let's suppose if you, I agree, if you have a website in WordPress, or if you have a website in a well-known framework, you can get sample logs and learn from it. But let's suppose if you are developing your own application, you have to develop visibility into your own application. So how will you get sample logs of an application that does not exist in the open source?
But in my opinion, that if we are working on on a official environment, so the software development team provide us the path of the logs. Then we can use that logs in this environment.
Definitely, Lavkush. So as of now, if let's suppose if you are operating on like L1 level, right? L1 level
Yeah.
or a very starting level in the SOC. So definitely you will be provided with everything.
Yes.
What your SOPs, your path of the logs, your type of the logs. But let's suppose if you want to progress to upper levels in the SOC or upper level in higher management, there you will have
Yeah.
to, then there you will have to find out more creative ways to
To get the
identify and
logs.
analyze
Yeah.
and understand if you want to get promotion, or else if you want to stay in your own situation, you are welcome to use sample logs.
Okay.
Right. So that's what I'm helping the folks to develop a capability to progress and to move forward rather than to stick with the known samples and just play with it and enjoy. Right, you will be stuck on the initial phases itself. You will never be able to uh, uh, enhance your capabilities and get promotion and so on. So that's something that I'm trying to develop. So now, having said that, uh, so we were back. Let's Sherry. So Sherry, logs are like browser history, but now let's suppose if you are the owner of a website, Sherry. So right now you are the owner of this computer, right, Sherry? So now you are able to see whatever whatever websites you are able to visit, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now let's imagine you are a owner of a website which everybody visits. Let's suppose you have a bakery shop and you have chosen to build a website for it. Now you would want to so now let's suppose you are getting uh, 20 orders a day, right, Cherry, through online. But somewhere someday you got to know that somebody like your friend said that, hey, I visited your page, but on that day you didn't receive any uh, orders from your website for a cake. So how will you find out, Sherry, that is there any like did really folks visit your website, or were they just wanted to make you feel acknowledged of your efforts, like just make you feel happy about what how will you find out browser? You will then, in that case, you will have to go and see browser history of all your friends, right, Sherry?
Yes, sir.
So instead of that, in order to find out uh, so you can, instead of that, going around and checking, like, so now if in order to do that, you will have to check uh, the browsing history of their phone, their browsing history of their uh, laptops, browser history of even their smart TV, to check if they have visited your website or not, right? So instead of that, you can just uh, in your uh, Apache logs, here you can go and check in your access logs, like how many entries are there. So this is like a history of your web server, like how many times your web server was visited. So doesn't so are you able to see this log, Sherry? Are you able to see this?
Yes.
Are you able to recognize uh, something, some uh, what, like, are you able to identify or recognize the parts of the URL in this text that you are seeing in front of you? Any
Yes, sir.
parts? Where are you able to, can you highlight with your cursor?
Yes, sir.
You can press Ctrl Z if you have, you can, to in order to undo. Very good, Sherry. So you, so at least, so right now you have made an attempt to identify whatever is after the forward slash as a part of the URL, right? But that is not correct. As of now, this log is, it is not very easy to comprehend, right, Sherry? So in that case, what we can do is, right now we cannot analyze this log over here, because this log is uh, because ELK, we cannot run ELK locally. So right now what we can do is we'll copy this, we will compress it, or rather than compressing it directly, we'll first right click on it, we'll copy it, we'll paste it here itself, we'll create now. Then we will compress it as a zip file. Now we will, what we'll do is we'll share it within our chat. Govind, if can anybody share files?
Yeah, I think so. They can share the file also.
Can you please
Try?
check the access?
Okay, sure. There is no option for the sending files.
Okay. So now we'll have to find a way to share this.
Yeah,
Right.
you can use online services, zip file,
Ev- Even
P2P.
better.
P2P.
I have a better solution for that. So file to base 64 online. Right. Now what we can do, can come here. Let's open the chat window. Paste it over here. Sent. Now, Sherry, so now we have copied the logs from your machine and we will take it to Govind's machine and we will analyze it over there. So I will stop sharing from here. Sherry, please stop. Yeah, please go ahead. Govind, please start sharing. Go ahead, Sherry.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's find a base 64 to URI online. No. Image. Download as zip. So we have brought the access logs from Sherry's machine to Govind's machine, and here we will try to analyze it because we did not have the computing capabilities at Sherry's machine. Sherry, are you able to follow?
Yes, sir.
Good. So now we will So Sherry, are you able to understand what is logs?
Yes, sir.
What is log, Sherry? Sherry, what is logs? You are on mute, Sherry, if you are speaking.
Created text-based records of events that occur in any organization's IT systems. They are vital components of a cybercrime strategy, providing a foundation for detecting, analyzing, and responding to potential threats. So please unmute yourself.
ಇವತ್ತೇನು ಅಷ್ಟು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸತಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನೋ ಬರೀ
Please unmute, mute your mic. Amruta,
ಸರ್
mute your mic.
So this is the logs from Sherry's machine we are able to view, right? So these are the URLs that were hit. So Sherry, are you able to see? We are able to find out parts of URL better in logs.
Yes, sir.
So let's rest the session here itself today. And I want everybody to make sure in the next class they have
Excuse me, sir.
so please I would like to I would request to re-ask the question. I couldn't hear.
Sir, how to uninstall Kibana, Elastic, and Logstack?
So that Govin will be able to help you with that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so let's rest the class here itself today. And next class, make sure everybody has XAMPP running at least. XAMPP and GitHub access. Is there anyone else who does not have XAMPP running? Is there anyone else who does not has GitHub? Please make sure you have XAMPP and GitHub in the next session. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, Ayush.
Thank you, sir.
Guys, you have any questions? Like, do you want any help? Yeah, Cherry.
Sir, how to
Yeah.
uninstall Kibana, Elastic, and Stack?
So, Cherry, already I have said, I think 2, 3 times I have said to you, like, delete all the files and reinstall, like, keep unzip files that which are the zip file and place it in where central place, so you can use that, right? Okay,
Sir,
share
how
your
to
screen and delete in front of me. Open, share
okay.
your screen. Okay, give me a control. Give me control. Okay, it's in download, right? So once we delete this, why I'm saying, because might be somewhere corrupted or anything happened. That's why I was saying to delete this all. Okay. where you have downloaded all the files in download or where?
Sir, in download.
Okay. Anyone have any other questions? Sure, I'll share that. Just wait a second. Cherry, wait a second. It's not going to go anywhere. Wait a second, wait a second. How many of you have not completed GitHub account? Like you have not created a GitHub account or Elk installation or a XAMPP server? Any of you have not did uh, 3 of them? Let me know.
Sir, it has been downloaded.
Yeah. Just wait a second. First, okay, we are not open CMD, run, search for run, same. If you don't mind, if I delete all. Yes, Cherry?
So no.
And nothing, it's just temporary files and there is nothing right now. Even if you have something,
Sir, I
just
want to
delete all.
check and then I want to delete.
See, yesterday also you did like same, right? And you have not done the same elastic installation and still we are doing the same thing again today. It will be nothing there. Then you have to do everything, okay? Just follow the documents. I know this
Sir, I
error will come again.
Sir, I am deleted half of मतलब मैंने कर चुकी हूँ वो तो delete जो कल निकली थी वो सब मैं कर दी delete मैंने.
Have you followed the document?
Yes, sir.
Up to where you have followed? Just show me.
Sir, I am doing my project work on Word, Excel,
No,
or
what I
PowerPoint.
said up to where you have done. Just show me like what things you have done from the documents, which I shared in Telegram. Have you done that? Like open the Telegram and show me the document which we have referred for the installation of the ELK. Not this one. Hold on. Down, 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 down. Go a little bit down. Yeah, that's one. The main reason for your system is you don't have much RAM. That's why it's consuming more resources there. Like whatever you're running background, that's consuming the RAM, and it'll take time to towards that. Yeah, up to where you have followed.
Sir, up to there.
Hello,
Second point. उसके
sorry.
बाद तो सर हुआ ही नहीं, उसके बाद वाला पेंडिंग है।
क्या किया था फिर? अब तब तक के लिए क्या किया था?
सर पहले मैंने
कब तक,
इंस्टॉल कर
कहाँ
ली।
तक किया था? कहाँ तक? कॉपी करके डाल दिया। ओके, नेक्स्ट क्या किया था?
फिर उसके बाद वो उसको डाउनलोड किया, उसके बाद वो फाइल में मतलब डॉक्यूमेंट्स में डाउनलोड में रहा, फिर उसको फाइल में ट्रांसफर किया।
ओके, लेटर।
फिर उसके बाद मैंने मतलब उसको ओपन किया तो वो उसमें लिंक नहीं आ रहा था।
Why it's not getting the link?
सर यस।
Why it's not getting link? क्यों नहीं आ रही लिंक?
सर पता नहीं।
मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना कि आपका जो लैपटॉप है उसका रैम यूजेस बहुत ज्यादा है, इसीलिए वो टाइम ले रहा है, बहुत ज्यादा टाइम ले रहा है।
सर यस।
और मैंने उस दिन आई थिंक बोला भी होगा कि कीप इट लाइक वैसे रखो, आ जाएगा। सही है ना? Guys, anyone have any questions regarding these setups? Anyone? Mishal, are you trying to say something? आप देख रही हैं कितना स्पीड में चल रहा है?
यस सर।
बहुत ज्यादा स्लो है लैपटॉप आपका। आज क्या करिए, एक कॉपी हो जाने के बाद की बना स्टार्ट कर लेना और कुछ भी क्लोज मत करना। ओके
ओके सर।
वेट 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 वेट, देखो यहाँ पे पासवर्ड वो आ जाएगा अभी। ये देखो, ये है एनरोलमेंट टोकन एंड पासवर्ड। इसे कॉपी करके रख लीजिए या फिर स्क्रीनशॉट ले लीजिए अभी।
सर रिपीट करना।
स्क्रीनशॉट लीजिए या फिर कॉपी करके रख दीजिए अलग जगह पे। जब भी की बना स्टार्ट हो जाएगा ना, तब वो ये टोकन एंड यूज कर लेना पासवर्ड।
सर वहां पे गूगल गूगल पे जाके।
गूगल पे नहीं जाने की, पहले की बना स्टार्ट कीजिए, उसके बाद वो
यस सर।
लिंक आने के बाद उसे ओपन करने के बाद आपको ये सब कुछ डालना है। और उसके लिए आपको पूरा लैपटॉप आपको ओपन ही रखना पड़ेगा आज, अगर आपको ये सेटअप कराना है तो। क्लोज नहीं करना
सर
है आज।
या फिर ये हो सकता है कि कल सुबह मैं सेटअप कर दूं इसको।
नहीं, आज ही करेंगे आप।
आज ही करना पड़ेगा।
आज तो
ओके
बोले
सर।
हो ना आपने कि सेटअप नहीं करा है,
सर यस।
तो आज ही करना है आपको।
सर ओके। सर जब इसकी ये इंस्टॉलिंग कंप्लीट हो जाएगी तब कब आना चलेगा?
आपको स्टार्ट करना पड़ेगा।
सर यस
जब आप जब स्टार्ट ही नहीं करोगे तो ये स्टार्ट ही नहीं होगा।
सर ऐसे नहीं, जैसे जब ये कंप्लीट हो जाएगा, ये परसेंटेज आ रही है, उसके बाद मतलब
तो ये
गाना
इंस्टॉल हो
स्टार्ट
गया,
हो
ऐसा
जाएगा।
नहीं है।
सर यस
नहीं, ये कॉपी हो रहा है सिर्फ। हमें क्या करना
ओके
पड़ेगा
सर।
कि जो बैट फाइल है कीवाना की वो स्टार्ट करनी पड़ेगी। मैं शो कर देता हूँ, एक बार देख
सर
लीजिए।
यस
अभी देखो मेरे पास ये है इलास्टिक सर्च, ये है कीबाना, ये है लॉग स्टैश, ठीक है, ये है लॉग स्टैश। अगर इसके ऊपर जाओगे बहुत आगे तो कीबाना होगा यहाँ पे। ये हो गया लाइक इलास्टिक सर्च, कहीं पे भी मेंशन किया होगा इन्होंने। अभी सभी को मैं बंद कर देता हूँ। तो मैं जाऊंगा, मैं जहाँ पे मैंने इंस्टॉल किया है इलास्टिक सर्च बोल के है, इलास्टिक को ओपन करूंगा। इलास्टिक में इलास्टिक सर्च वाली बैट ओपन करूंगा। ये स्टार्ट हो गया। इसे मैं बीच में बैकग्राउंड में डाल दूंगा उसे। उसके बाद कीबाना में जाऊंगा, कीबाना के बीन में जाऊंगा, उसके बाद कीबाना डॉट हैट वाली फाइल ओपन करूंगा। ये भी स्टार्ट हो गया। ओके, अभी है लॉग स्टैश। लॉग स्टैश के लिए बीन में जाना है, यहाँ से कॉपी करना है और एक एडमिन वाला टर्मिनल ओपन करना है और यहाँ पे सीडी करके प्रेस करना है। उसके बाद और एक कॉपी करना है, जैसे कि हमें इलास्टिक के कॉन्फ़िग फाइल में जाना है और ये लॉग स्टैश वाली फाइल बनाना है पहले, जैसे कि मैंने डॉक्यूमेंट में लिख दिया है उसी तरह से। और यहाँ पे राइट करना है लॉग स्टैश डॉट पैट, उसके बाद डैश एफ पेस्ट करना। आ गया? हेलो?
यस सर।
उसके बाद एंटर करना है, ये भी स्टार्ट हो गया। तो ऐसे स्टार्ट होता है कीबाना, इलास्टिक सर्च और लॉग स्टैश। अगर लॉग स्टैश सॉरी कीबाना चल रहा है नहीं चल रहा है वो देखना है, तो लोकल होस्ट 9200, तो ये ऐसा आना चाहिए। ये नहीं हुआ तो नहीं चला है, तो सेटअप भी नहीं होगा। और अनदर है 5601 वाला पोर्ट, जो है हमारा कीबाना का डैशबोर्ड। इलास्टिक सर्च ही है वो, सिर्फ कीबाना एज अ डिस्प्ले होता है। तो ये हो गया लॉग स्टैश एंड कीबाना। अगर उसके लिए लॉग स्टैश के लिए देखना है कैसे चल चल रहा है नहीं चल रहा है, तो यहाँ पे एक ऑप्शन है। जैसे कि पहले से मैंने ये क्वेरी डाल के रखी है, इवन डॉक्यूमेंट भी में भी है क्वेरी। इसमें पता चल जाएगा कि ऐसे रन करोगे तो आ जाएगा सब कुछ। जैसे कि यहाँ पे अभी कुछ भी नहीं आया है, तो मैं यहाँ पे इंटर मारूंगा। अभी देखो यहाँ पे पूरा डेटा आ जाए, देख आ गया, राइट। अगर मैं यहाँ पे कुछ टाइप करूंगा तो ये भी डेटा आ जाएगा यहाँ पे। अब देखोगे यहाँ पे हेलो एवरीवन, उसके बाद नीचे अगर जाओगे तो पूरा डेटा यहाँ पे दिखेगा। या दैट्स
सर एक बार वो
बोलो
करना है जो इससे पहले किया था आपने, कि उससे पता चल जाएगा कि गाना
किससे?
चल रहा है या नहीं।
यही है की बनाने चल रहा है तो ये पोर्ट नहीं ओपन होगा।
ओके सर।
अब दिखाओ मुझे कितने कहाँ तक आया, शेयर करो फिर से। अभी तो कुछ भी नहीं हुआ है। आज लैपटॉप आप ओपन ही रखेंगे और ये पूरा कंप्लीट करके मुझे कल सुबह टेलीग्राम में मैसेज करेंगे। अगर नहीं किया तो मैं सर को बोल दूंगा कि मैंने हेल्प की पर आपने नहीं किया।
Sir, okay. Sir, I am a message after 1 because I am going to college.
क्या आप जैसा करना चाहती है करिए, पर मुझे कल कंप्लीट होना चाहिए, ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
डॉक्यूमेंट फॉलो कीजिए या फिर फ्रेंड्स का हेल्प लीजिए, किसी का भी हेल्प लीजिए और ये कंप्लीट कीजिए कल।
Okay, sir. Thank you.
ये क्लोज नहीं करेंगे आज। अगर ये क्लोज किया तो आपका सेटअप नहीं होगा, मैं अभी बोल देता हूँ। जैम इंस्टॉल हो गया है आपका?
Yes, sir.
गिटअप अकाउंट हो गया है?
Sir, yes.
दिखाइए गिटअप वाला मुझे। ओके, ठीक है। ओके, क्लोज कर दीजिए और ये सेटअप होने के बाद मुझे बताइए टेलीग्राम में।
Okay, sir.
इसके बाद मैं हेल्प नहीं करूंगा आपकी, ठीक है?
Okay, sir.